What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Second Passport. Today I'm going to cover 5 reasons why I would not move here with small kids, especially a lot of small kids, right? The more kids you have, the more, for me, it would magnify the negatives of moving here that I'm about to outline today. Now, I've seen it all living here as a young single guy to now. Slightly older married man now with a 1-year-old daughter, and so I've gotten kind of all the pictures of Ecuador, and I've thought about this a lot, and there are 5 reasons why I would not even consider moving to Ecuador with kids. Number one, and the biggest reason, right, that I would not move to Ecuador with kids is we don't appreciate our situation in North America because we've never experienced anything else. And that is in Ecuador, compared to a place like, say, the US or Canada, you have in the US really good free schools, right, for all of your kids, guaranteed. Every child has a seat if they're in that district, right? And it's completely free. That's amazing when you compare it to a place like Ecuador. Ecuador does have free public schools, but the seats are limited. And especially the slightly better ones, it's really, really hard. I've seen it with my own eyes to get a child a seat in a school. Super tough, almost impossible sometimes. They'll just tell you, no, sorry, no more cupos, no more seats, and that's it. Can't accept your kid, even though he lives right next door to the school. They won't take them, right? And the private schools in Ecuador range from $100 a month on the cheap end, all the way to 400 or 500, all the way to thousands of dollars a month for some like bilingual schools here in Ecuador. Huge expense, huge expense. So especially if you had multiple little kids, that could be worrisome. Unless you are okay with homeschooling them, then I guess this first point doesn't matter for you. Um, but I, for one, don't want to take the best part of school away from my kids if I have more or just the one, and that is, the social aspect, in my opinion. The number 2 point that reason why I would not move here with kids, especially small ones that are going to need multiple years of schooling, is for what I've seen here. The curriculum in Ecuador is just not that good, right? They think just keeping the kids busy is education. I've just seen a lot of busy work, busy work, busy work. Not much actual problem solving, making them think, things like that. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of the curriculum that I've seen here in Ecuador for the smaller and teenage aged kids. Number 3 reason why I would not move here or recommend someone to move here was small kids. And this goes for probably most of Latin America, but especially where I live in here in Ecuador. And that is, I had the benefit of coming here as a young single guy, uh, and living kind of the single life for a while, and especially with younger people. And then I left, and then I came back. Then I left, and then I came back. Right, initially just as a 22-year-old backpacker. It was the first time I came here, and let me tell you something. The culture, it was a culture shock hanging out with local Ecuadorian friends of mine who had invited me to come in the first place, and that is the whole topic of sex. I couldn't believe it. Like, most of the Ecuadorians I had met and became friends with, like kind of close with, they confided in me that they all nonchalantly lost their virginity around age 9, 10. That's about the average age that most of them told, that I was close enough to ask that question, that they actually told me. Like, they start really, really early in Ecuador. You might not realize it just as a retiree or someone who came later in life, but they start really, really early. I don't know if I would want my kids uh, kind of in that culture. If I had a choice, if I don't have a choice, then fine. You try to educate them the best you can. But if you have a choice, I don't know. It's just another negative point for me when I'm weighing the two places to raise kids. Number three, excuse me, number four reason would be, as you may have noticed, like the drinking age is 21 in the States, 19 in Canada or whatever. Here, I mean, supposedly it's 18, but you can buy beer on any street corner here. No one really even needs a liquor license to sell. You can buy it here at the little tienda on the street corner, right? And there's just a lot of, and especially really young underage kids. You can see it if you go to the little nightlife districts. Uh, like in a town here in Quito or Guayaquil or Cuenca, really young kids out drinking right after school. Like they start as well really, really young here, drinking. And there's a lot of drinking and driving. I've not that I've done it myself, but I've been in cars where I probably shouldn't have been as a young guy partying here in Ecuador. It's just really, really prevalent, and you see crashes all the time. And my friend got in a crash here, drinking and driving as an older teenager, that left him with some nasty scars on his head. I mean, I don't know if I have a choice, right? I don't know if I want my kid growing up in that culture. It's just super party hard and drinking and driving because there's just not the ramifications and the police presence to catch people who are drinking and driving. So people do it. The number five reason why I would not want to raise, especially multiple kids here in Ecuador, little young kids, is because okay, so there's no spots in the local public school, and you have to put them in a private school, and that's fine. Say you wanna splurge a little, and you want to put them in a nicer private school down here. Well, I've my first job here in Ecuador was teaching seminars to like university age kids on different marketing topics. Long story, and I taught at both the free public schools where the lower middle class go send their kids, and then I taught at some of the upper echelon expensive private schools, and I had some interfacing with these uh, kids, and I can tell you, I wouldn't want my kid growing up with the little rich kids if I had to send my kid to a private school and wanted to send her to a slightly better school, maybe a bilingual school. I wouldn't really want my kid growing up with those kids. They've had everything handed to them in life. They're super stuck up. They got that holier than thou. The little rich kids in Ecuador can have that holier than thou whole. I'm way better than you because I drive a Hummer to school attitude, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't think I'd want my kids growing up with them. They don't listen to class. They don't work because they don't have to, right? They've had everything handed to them in life, and they're just when they finish schooling, they're just gonna go work for their daddy's factory or whatever. I don't know. So who cares anyway? And they're it's just a different attitude. I don't know if I'd want my kid growing up with them, with the little rich kids here in Ecuador. It's just a totally different attitude. Growing up with two or three maids and stuff. And I'm Mr. Second Passport. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button below. It helps the channel expand and bring you more content just like this. Take care.